with regarding your career and how Arjuna Academy can help you if you are a science aspirant. But first, let's look at career. So I was telling you how to make choice of your career. It's a very, very important thing. If you have a pen and paper, you can note down these 5 things that I'm going to tell. In fact, 6, I think. And later on, you can slowly introspect, analyze all these points and make an informed choice about your career. Okay. One is, of course, interest. Now, when we tell interest, many a times children think interest is same as fascination. I've seen so many students who come to me telling, sir, I like to play computer games. I think I can become a software engineer or a animations engineer, etc. And I've seen students coming and telling me, I'm fond of KTM bikes, so I think I can become a good automobile engineer. And some parents tell, my child knows how to repair the bike by himself, so I think he can become a good mechanical engineer. Some say, my child knows how to open the PCB board and repair things, so I think he can become a good electronics or electrical engineer. So many a times we have misconception about what our interests are and whether that career is going to suit me. So I tell them that if your child knows how to repair an automobile or repair a bike, he can become a good mechanic, but not a mechanical engineer, because there's a vast difference between both. If your child knows how to open a PCB board, it is certainly going to help him to be a good electronics engineer. But is that enough to become an electronics engineer? No. That is a good skill for an electrician or an electronics service person, but not for an electronics engineer. So same with KTM bikes. If you're fond of riding it, you can ride it, but designing it is altogether a different ball game. So when it comes to interest, you'll have to back your interest. So first thing is interest. You should have liking to do that. But that liking should not be at a superficial level. So the second aspect is that interest must be backed up with knowledge. Knowledge. When we say knowledge, what does it mean? What is the knowledge that I have to have? The knowledge is, firstly, you should know, if I'm becoming a good software engineer, if I say I want to be a software engineer, the first thing which I want our students to do is do a Google search or ask your parents or your other relatives who are working in software on what they exactly do in the industry. You don't have to know how to code, but you should know what they do, why they sit in the office, and what are the problems that they are trying to solve. Are you getting my point? Yes. You should see whether those problems are the ones that excites you. You should be excited to solve similar problems. Okay. So that is the second part, knowledge. When it comes to knowledge, you will have to meet people. Your parents have a lot of contacts. Your relatives have. It's only that you need to open up and tell, Amma, this is my liking. Appa, this is my liking. I want you to take me to some people. And you also do a Google search parallelly. Find out what exactly happens. Know what you're going to do in that industry. So that is one part of knowledge. The other part of knowledge is, you should know which are the top institutes offering this course. And to get into that institute, what exam I need to prepare. Yes. And how many people write those exams. And how many qualify. If I don't get there, what are the other options available? So that is also knowledge. The thing after interest and knowledge, the third one is skills. You may have interest in that field, but you need to have the skills also to flourish in that field. You should check whether I have the required skills. Somebody says, I want to be a good doctor. The first basic skill for a doctor is he or she should like to memorize things and keep it in memory. So I spoke on 3 things: interest, knowledge, and then skills. At least these 3 you remember and try to make your career decision according to these 3.